Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Dutchman Watches Mahjong Soul. We have a 4-player East match lined up for us. We'll get to see some longer hands. It'll still be a half-length game. We'll introduce our players when we get in there in 5 seconds. But I hope everyone's having a nice weekend so far. It's Sunday, one more day before we get back to it. Alright, let's start us off with our dealer. I actually recognize this kanji, or at least I think I do. I believe that's sake. So we got our alcoholic loving friend here. Hopefully they're not hitting the drink too hard. We have Utsugi. We'll call them Tsugi. Pakushi, go Paku. And then U32, set hike. Sake Barrel has a pair of reds, 7s and 9s, another pair in the 4s, so maybe they'll end up poning one or both of these. Oopsies, we gotta turn on hands and tiles. The reds are stolen right away by the dealer, that makes perfect sense. Tsugi has a 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 8, picking their pair, just finding some good sequences, they're almost there. Paku has a lot of pairs, an opponent souths. Souths don't do anything for him, it's east and west for them. Maybe a toy hand will come out though, we shall see. Maybe even a half flush with some of the tiles I've discarded. U32 also has a lot of pairs, but given that players are connecting pairs and pawns, it almost seems natural. So back to our dealer. Another 2, will they drop their 1? And they will. So perhaps Toy Dragons. Nice 3-Han hand, even if they discard this Dora. Oh, should drop the Dora first. Get rid of it while it's still safe. Tsugi has 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 8. So they're actually Tenpai on the 6 of characters. But Sake Barrel gets there first. Tenpai on 9s and 4s for Toy Reds. 3-Han hand for the dealer. 7,700 points. Paku. Might get an Ipeco. Looking at 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Ooh, but that 6 is coming out. And that'll go to Tsugi, actually. For Sanshoku. Mixed triple sequences. A dirt cheap hand to steal the dealer's seat. And not a bad start either. 5, 6, 7 is already filled in. 2, 3, 6, 7 both double-sided with a pair of souths and norths. Neither of these are useful, but they will be a brilliant double pair weight if they can put something else together. Paku has all the pairs in the world, but they break it apart, opting instead for the more efficient 5, 6. Not a bad idea, but they're gonna have to break even more of their pairs, which is gonna push them further and further away from Tenpai. U32 got a 2, 3, a 5, 8, 7, 7, 8. The 1, 2, 3 is filled in. They just opt for the 2, 3, 4 instead. Perhaps finding Tanya later. Sake Barrel opened on the 1 of dots already, and that's because they started with a pawn of the red dragons. We saw that as we were moving away. We just chose not to comment on it. They also have a Dora pair in their hand, so this is going to be a monster hand once again from our dealer. Well, not our dealer anymore. Our drunkard, perhaps. Tsugi has a fantastic chance at an Itsu, a full straight. All they need is the 1 of dots. Ooh, that's not what you want to see. They still have a 147 weight for Tenpai. Half flush. No value from it though, because the south and the north are once again not their seat nor their round win. So it would technically be Bakahon, but Richi Honitsu is not a bad hand. In fact, it's a Mangan. Honitsu starts at 3 if it's closed. And there's the open, which gives them the Tenpai on the 147. But again, it's just Honitsu now, only 2 Han. If they could have held off just a little bit longer, they would have had that 4 Han. Yikes. Oh, the 4 will go to U32, found... Oh, no, never mind. Hakushi. My bad. They even had Richi? Am I sleeping? What the hell? Rishi Pinfu. Good hand. Dealer starts off with a pair of 1s, a 2, 3, 4, a pair of Dora 3s, inside weight on a 2, 3, 4, and then a double-sided 7, 8. So a very fast, efficient hand. U32, 4, 5, 7, 9, 2, 3, double 6, 7, 8. They're breaking their norths up already. I think they could have held on to it for a little bit longer. Maybe dropping the 2 of characters. But, you know, norths are safe. Sake Barrel got a pair of 3s, a 5, 7, 8. They're probably dropping the 8 and maybe even a 3 to make sure that that 5 works out for them. 6, 7 in the dots, pair of 5s and a 7, and then a pair of East. East are still valuable. It is the East round. If they're only going for second place, you know, 1,000 points will do it. To the left, Sugi has a pair of 6s, pair of 7s, and an 8. A 6 to fill in their sequence, but maybe they want a double sequence instead. Dropping what? Nah, drop the 7. And they're actually Tenpai. They're looking for 2s and 5s of bamboo. I don't know why they didn't take the Richi. Because they're so far in last, they need more points. So they opt not to take the Richi until they can get more value. The 2 was a winning tile though, and they passed it up. Well, they couldn't have taken it because they don't have value yet. There's no Yaku in this hand. South is nothing to them. But they dropped the 7, they dropped the 5s, they dropped the 6. Where are they going to find value if not from Richi? I don't think that's the best idea. I don't think they should have waited as long as they did to go Richi, if they were going to go Richi anyways. They didn't improve their hand at all. But still, 2-5 in the bamboo. We can see the 5s paired off by Sake Barrel. 2 of the 2s are already on the floor. Ooh, close con. And here comes the 2. Will it come out? No! They defend. Akashi found some sixth sense telling them that the 2-5 was dangerous. U32 is open for Tanya once again. Pona 6s. I don't think there's a way to use that. But they do eventually drop that 2. They defended it for so long and then threw it anyways. So, and it's a classic gold room strategy is defend, defend, defend until like you feel like you're ready. Which you're not even Tenpai here. But you make all these defensive decisions and then you just play in anyways. On the tile you threw your hand away for. Well, we're into all last. It's East 4. Nobody's above 30k, so we may see a South round anyways. U32 has 3s and 8s doing nothing. 4, 5, double 7, double 8 in the dots, which is great to see. A pair of greens, which they can turn into their Yaku. And then a pair in the 5s, which will probably be their final pair, if I had to guess. Sake Barrel. Again, another closed pawn of Dora. What is this hand? But they still never win, right? They've got the devil's luck over there, but they just can't win a hand. 3, 4, looking double-sided. 6, 7, double-sided as well. 1, 2, 3 is set in stone, and then a pair of 3s as well. With that shiny pawn just hidden away there. Sugi has a 7, 8, 9, a pair of 5s, a pair of 1s. Double-sided 7, 8. They can drop the 2 bamboo for Tenpai. on Souths and 5s. But they've already thrown the 6. They might end up for a 10 if they draw one of these other pawns first. Lastly, Hakashi got a lonely 5 here. Drops the 9 instead. Pair of 3s, 4, 5, 5, 6. A lot of options. That 5 is dangerous now, so they held it for too long, but they find a 6 to pair it up. Not to pair it up, to make a sequence out of it. So they don't have to drop any more, although a 2 might come out. And that is not the player you want to deal into. We said nobody was above 30k, well that's not the case anymore. Dora 3 alone would break 30k. And that's all they have, so... The luckiest player in the game for 4 hands in a row finally wins one and takes first place because of it. First place for Sake Barrel. 33,000 points, 63 on their ladder score. Poor Itsugi got hit from Mangan, fought their way back, got hit from Mangan again. Played like a yo-yo. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening. Goodbye.